Stan Gibilisco coming at you from the Nerd Cave with just a little bit of daydreaming for you. Let me know what you think of this. I know the technology already exists for it, but you're watching me right now on some kind of a flat screen, be it a mobile phone, a tablet device like an iPad, possibly a computer display, possibly a big screen, but it's a flat screen. Now I'm trying to describe to you, imagine something like, I'm trying to describe to you an XY coordinate system. And maybe the equation of a circle on that XY coordinate system. And I can draw those things for you on a flat screen. But how about 3 dimensions? X along the horizontal axis, Y along the vertical axis, and then Z along an axis perpendicular to your screen, going towards me and then towards you and towards me and then towards you. Now imagine that I had some kind of a marker in my hand and I could draw in 3-dimensional space with that marker. It'd be like a little stylus, but with a little, a button on it, and I push that button and I can draw all kinds of curves, possibly spheres and cubes and paraboloids and ellipsoids, and I can draw all those things in 3-dimensional space. If you've got a flat interface like you do now, you're not really going to get the full gist of what I'm trying to do. But imagine instead that you had a cube sitting in front of you, and that I could draw those things in 3 dimensions inside that cube. Actually 4 dimensions, because time, after all, is a dimension, and it would not just be a 3-dimensional image like a sculpture, but it would be like a moving sculpture. Now, I know the technology for this kind of stuff exists, because after all, now we can print things over the internet. We can print, for example, a flashlight. Now imagine someday we'll be able to print prime rib of beef and have it really be prime rib of beef. Now that'll be the day. But on a more realistic note, suppose then that I were to wander all around this cave and I were to draw these things, not just in front of you, but all around you. You'd be in a classroom, say, a student in a classroom, and I'd be the teacher walking up and down in that classroom, drawing things all around you in 3-dimensional space. But I wouldn't even really be there. I would be in the Nerd Cave creating the video, and then you would see it on something like YouTube, except in 4 dimensions. What would we call this anyway? MP4D? No, that's not cool enough. You tell me what it should be called. But it's coming. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys at YouTube, at Google there, maybe you want to give me a job out there and let me be in charge of developing this for you. But I don't have a clue how to do it other than to make it as cool as I possibly can for the person who is witnessing it, which may someday be you if you're young enough. I'd just be the brainstormer. I don't know how to do the programming or anything like that. I'm just a daydreamer. So daydream along with me and tell me what you think of this. Teaching aid in a classroom, You gotta, instead of watching remember those old 16mm black and white movies from the 60s? Well, now this would be, one step past that, one step past that, one step past that, until finally I am drawing for you some kind of complicated vector function in 3-dimensional space all around your head. Oh boy. I know I'm so ugly you'd probably pass out. Stan Gibilisco, signing off from the Nerd Cave until next time. So long.